What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I keep getting messages on different social platforms. When are you gonna talk about Lucas versus Ruslan? When you're gonna make your official prediction? So, that means generally one thing. When a lot of people are asking, usually it's because there's an anticipation behind it. It's a good fight. And I do think this is a good fight. It is a 50-50 pick'em fight. I'm going to break down my official prediction. They should be weighing in today. I haven't really seen much. I've been out and about, so I haven't seen nothing with the weigh-in. I don't know if it already started or whatever. It's in New York. Probably hasn't started yet. Anyway, I'm going to get my prediction. The weigh-in don't matter. So the whole time in my mind, even though I didn't do an official prediction, the whole time I was slightly leaning towards Lucas Matthysse. Even though this is a 50-50 pick'em fight, both fighters have a shot to win. I was slightly leaning towards Lucas Matthysse. But as I'm breaking the fight down, internalizing it like I do before I put my official prediction out, I started thinking. And now I'm switching my prediction to Ruslan Provodnikov via late stoppage. I ultimately think Ruslan is going to break down Lucas Matthysse. Now, if Lucas Matthysse had beat Danny Garcia, that might be different. But there, to me, is the ever slightest little bit of loss of confidence, I would say, versus Lucas Matthysse that I've seen in the Danny Garcia fight. Keep in mind, you got to understand the psychology of boxing. Lucas was the feared guy. He was the machine, and people were like eating it up. He's a machine. He can't be stopped, right? He called Danny Garcia out, and a lot of people said Danny Garcia didn't want the fight and he was forced into the fight. Pretty much what people say about Mayweather and Pacquiao. Oh, he didn't want to take it. He was forced into taking it. They were saying that about Danny Garcia. I remember I think it was Lucas, Matthysse, Lamont Peterson. Garcia was in the crowd. And after Peterson got knocked out in 3, like the camera showed Danny Garcia and people were like, oh, I see the fear in his eyes. So the psychology behind it is, I don't care. I don't want to hear a bunch of excuses. I like Lucas Matthysse. But the point is he did not deliver and he lost convincingly. You know what I'm saying? You can say, oh, it was a thumb if it weren't for the eye. Fuck it. Tough titty. This is boxing. Things like that happen and you have to be able to deal with it. You know what I mean? Mayweather had a cut in his eye with the Maidana fight. Pacquiao had a cut in his eye in the Eric Morales fight. And a lot of people thought that first one went his way too. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you have to be able to work through these things. It don't. Keith Thurman had a horrible knot on the side of his head in his last fight with Robert Guerrero, and he still dominated Robert Guerrero. So ultimately, you got to be. This is the fight game. I mean, this comes with it. Lucas Matthysse, in my opinion, he tried. He didn't give up. However, it was pretty apparent who won by the fight's end, in my opinion. And I think that has produced the slightest little lack of confidence. And going in against almost primitive guy like Ruslan Provodnikov, I just see that being the downfall of Lucas Matthysse. Do I think Lucas Matthysse is the better skilled fighter? Absolutely. I think Lucas Matthysse is more of a boxer puncher. He has a better jab. He has very good body work, even though recently I think he's kind of gotten away from the body work. I think he's overall the more complete fighter. But the one thing Ruslan got going for him and why I'm picking him for the upset, and I do think it's an upset because a lot of people I've seen are picking Lucas Matthysse because, again, he is the more skilled fighter. I don't have any question or doubt in my mind. Thing Ruslan has going for him, the more I started thinking and breaking this fight down, this dude is really tough and his power is menacing. You look at the Bradley fight and Bradley looked like he was fucking gone. He looked out of this world when he was getting rocked with sledgehammer shots. And he even said after, like, he was fighting Diego Chavez and they interviewed him or something. And he said, who hit the hardest? That was the question. He said, Ruslan. He said it like there was no question. He didn't even have to think about the question. He knew it was Ruslan Provodnikov. You know what I'm saying? And that's to me, when a guy's been in there with Kendall Holtz, he's been in there with like credible names like Pacquiao, people who are known to produce power, that says a lot. Like he didn't, without hesitation, he said Ruslan Provodnikov. So I think Ruslan's primitive style, he's going to take punches. But to me, the difference maker is Ruslan doesn't really have a reason to have lost confidence. Yes, he has losses. You could argue that some of his losses are, I guess, disputed. I don't see this. I think Timothy Bradley clearly won the fight, even though it was a good fight. I seen Bradley winning, but some people thought Ruslan did enough to win. In the Chris Algieri, even more controversial. It was a split decision victory given to Chris Algieri. And when I first watched it, I said Ruslan all the way. You know what I mean? I haven't really watched that fight since. But some people picked Algieri, some people picked Ruslan. But the common denominator with Ruslan Provodnikov fights, no matter who, no matter what style, by the fights in, with the big names that he's been in, they look like they've been through a fight. Nobody, it looks like they've been through a fucking meat grinder. Mauricio Herrera, look at his face after the fight. Timothy Bradley had a concussion, and he was like, the first one they didn't count as a knockdown. That was a fucking knockdown, basically. You know what I'm saying? He was like flipping, doing cartwheels, all kinds of shit in the ring. He was badly hurt. He had to take a knee in the 12th. Look at Mike Alvarado just broken down his spirit. Like, this was before the Alvarado Rios 3, because if you look at it, Rios Alvarado 3, I was there live. It didn't look like Alvarado. I seen him like a week before, like shadow boxing. It didn't look like he was properly prepared. He was the hometown champion when he fought Ruslan Provodnikov, and Ruslan came to his backyard and destroyed him in the later rounds. You know what I'm saying? You look at Chris Algieri, his eye was bleeding. You know what I mean? So all in all, Ruslan does have losses. However, in my opinion, his losses psychologically are easier to get past, because he knows he hurt all of them dudes. Mauricio Herrera, Bradley, Algieri. He hurt all them dudes. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, it was like easy work and he just got, you know what I'm saying? And the other thing I noticed is the people that beat him, a lot of them are lateral movers, slick style guys. You know what I mean? Guys who work behind boxing. Timothy Bradley. You know what I mean? The reason I gave him the win is because a lot of the middle rounds he was outboxing Ruslan, right? Chris Algieri, a lot of people gave him the fight because he was jabbing, he was on his bicycle, he was moving. When I think of Lucas Matthysse, I think he's a boxer puncher, but I think he's easy to be lured into a brawl. And to me, I think he just lost a piece after the Danny Garcia loss, just a piece of that confidence. And that's all it really takes in the sport of boxing. John Molina, when you look at John Molina versus like a Ruslan, John Molina knocked him down twice. That was John Molina's first fight at 140. And to me, I think Ruslan is more effective at that aggressive style and arguably hits harder. This is a guy who went up to 147 welterweight and was hurting Bradley. You know what I'm saying? A guy with the strong chin. And he was, you know what I mean? So obviously his power carries up. So I just think Ruslan is just so strong. He will get hit. He will take punishment. But this is almost like a tough man contest. And it's hard to beat Ruslan at that game. So I'm switching to Ruslan Provodnikov. It should be a good fight. Again, I think Lucas Matthysse is the superior boxer. But just from the Danny Garcia loss on, I haven't really seen anything so impressive. He looks like he's lost a step. Like, you know what I'm saying? John Molina knocked him down twice, and it was very competitive early. And again, I think Ruslan's good. He's one-dimensional, but he's very good about his offense and cutting off the ring. You know what I'm saying? And I think when Lucas gets a taste of that power, he probably will get stopped and broken down like spirit. I don't know. That's just the feeling that I get. And I mean, you can go tit for tat and argue resume, but I was really thinking about this. Who has hurt Ruslan? Like, had him on Queer Street, had him really just backing up and like noticeably hurt, like he was wobbly, like Sergio Martinez versus Chavez in the 12th round. Who has really done that? Versus Lucas Matthysse, I've seen his spirit broken. In the Danny Garcia fight, it looked like he had his spirit broken. He looked discouraged and had to get back to boxing versus John Molina. So just that ever so slight like chink in his armor, I'm picking Ruslan. Let me know what you guys think. It should be a good fight. I could be totally wrong, but that is my prediction, and that's what I'm sticking to. Let me know what you guys think. Who wins, Ruslan versus Lucas Matthysse, and why? Drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.